Garland, head wrestling coach at the University of Virginia, giving my weekly video newsletter for Virginia Wrestling. We had a great weekend. We had a match. Luckily for us, or fortunately for us, we only had one dual meet. It was nice. It was kind of a rare treat to just have one match. I mean, last week at Virginia Duels we had four, and gosh, week before that we had Southern Scuffle where everybody's wrestling. Gosh, I think Nye had 7 or 8 matches, and just from there it's just been it's been a lot of volume of wrestling, so it was nice to just have one dual meet. And this weekend we had Duke come in, and Duke has been much improved, and they got tough guys up and down their lineup. They had just gotten done beating NC State, and they beat Northern Iowa, and they looked really good at the Scuffle when we saw them. So we knew they were going to be a tough team coming in. We knew we had our work cut out for us, and so I was really proud of our guys for the way they competed. And I'll just run through the bouts. So the final score, I believe, was 30-9, and the way that broke down was first at 125, Nick Herman got a major decision for us, and we were really happy for him. The way he wrestled, he was putting things together nicely, putting together combos, and just really excited about the amount of points he was able to put up for us. And then the next match, we kept that momentum rolling with George D. Camillo, got a technical fall. And it was just the way he wrestled again, that he just nonstop points, takedown to turn, to let him up to takedown to turn, and he just kept racking up point after point after point, was able to get a technical fall for 5 team points. And we've been preaching to our guys that big matches are going to have to be won with bonus points. The match with Virginia Tech ended up coming down to bonus points the last time we wrestled them, and a couple of bonus points here and there, and we win that duel, and it didn't happen. And so I think that sting of that was still in these guys' heads and in their hearts, and so they came out looking to score points quick and build big leads, and we were really appreciative of that and really praised them for that. Next match, Van Hoos comes out, same thing, takedown, let him up, takedown, let him up. I think he had 4 takedowns in the match. Gives up a silly takedown at the end of the second period with 1 second left off of his own shot. And then the third period gets hit with an ankle pick right by the edge. Next thing you know, he's fighting for his life. And he has, with 1 second left, he almost gets a reversal. Didn't have his hands locked on the cradle. The official made the right call, and it was no 2. And we, of course, I protested. I tried to challenge, but because in the heat of the moment, it looked like it might have been 2 for us, and it wasn't. And so he lost by 1 point, but gosh, he wrestled really, really well. T.J. Miller was the big story of the night. T.J. Miller had lost to the Duke wrestler Marcus Kane at the Hokie Open and got turned by him, and that's how he lost. And so we knew going in that match that he was going to have to make adjustments off bottom, and he did. He got out twice, and that was the difference in the match. He was able to get a major decision against a guy who had beaten him just a month earlier, 2 months earlier. So really proud of T.J. up here. Mentally that takes a lot for a student athlete to do that, to come back against a guy who'd already beaten him, and then to flip it around to where not only did you beat him, but you made your decision of him and got the extra bonus point for the team. So team was really excited for him. 57, Andrew Atkinson continues to get better. He beat a really good kid, national qualifier, Emmanuel Kerr Brown. Kid's really good. Kid actually beat Blaze Butler last year. That's how good Kerr Brown is, and Atkinson beat him, and the way he beat him was just gritty. It was a crazy match. He ended up taking him down. I think he took him down and then rode him for the win, and it was just awesome. It was just a really grimy, gritty win for us. And 65, Nick Solzer got a technical fall, 5 points for the team. He really, just looked good. He was putting together combos. He was level changing nice. He was at the end. He got the turn that he needed for the extra team point. So. Just really impressed with what Nick did. 174, Blaze Butler got a fall against a national qualifier. Again, another really tough wrestler. And he goes out and gets the pin for the team and ices the dual meet. And we all went crazy. And it was just really cool because we knew that meant the dual meet was over. And so, again, I think Blaze is one of those guys. The bigger the moment, typically the better he wrestles. And so hopefully that'll continue the rest of the year. 184, another bout we think we could have had. Their guy did a really good job of riding us out late for the win. 1 point decision went their way, and we got the first takedown. So again, I think in every match, every single individual bout, we got the first takedown. We got the first takedown, and we kind of wore out towards the end. Askey didn't do a good job on bottom, and he ended up getting ridden out. And credit to the Duke wrestler Casper for riding us and for grinding out that win. So we lost really close there. 197, Zach Nye took on the number 4th ranked guy in the country. Got the first takedown again. He was up 3-0. Gave a silly takedown up late in the third and got ridden out. So he lost really close to the guy ranked 4th in the country, and he was furious with himself. And that's a good place to be when you're that angry, losing to a guy that good. And he just No no disrespect to the Duke wrestler. Duke wrestler's really, really, really good, and he's great. And he's a hardcore kid, and everybody in the country respects him, including myself. But it was just really cool to see that Nye wasn't satisfied with losing close. He really wanted to win that bout, and you could tell in his demeanor afterwards that it hurt bad enough where I think he's going to make some changes. And because he made one sort of fatal mistake that I don't want to get into, but he knows how to correct that. So hopefully he will, and hopefully he gets another shot at that young man at ACCs, and maybe moving forward at nationals. Who knows? So heavyweight, Pat Gillen has been wrestling for us. The heavyweight did a great job at the Virginia Duels for us. And you heard me talk about him last week, so he was in again, and he did great. He won 6-1, looked controlled, looks the smoothest on his feet he's looked all year, and just really looks confident out there. And we're just really proud of Pat Gillen. One thing I want to note, and I try to leave everybody with sort of a message, and I'm going to show Justin Van Hoos the picture of his teammates cheering for him, the picture on Facebook of everybody up yelling too when he almost got the reversal at the end of that match. And I want to show this young man, these are what your teammates think of you. This is what your family thinks of you. Honor these guys in the way you train. Honor these guys who are caring for you in the way you eat, in the way you prepare, in the way you push yourself in practice, in the way you get your weight off correctly. Like all these things, honor them in that because they're honoring you. And my hope is that's going to really make him feel good to see this is what your brothers think of you. This is how much they're pulling for you. You matter. And he's got thrusting in the lineup after Spisak got injured, and I just was really impressed by that and proud of our guys for the way they got behind him. And I think that's hopefully the biggest difference I've seen in our program in the last month is that attitude now. And that wasn't there early on, or shouldn't say early on, but there was a stretch where we were fragmented. And I think we're together now. I think things are moving in the right direction. Don't get me wrong. I think we have trials ahead. I'm sure of it, that there's going to be down times ahead. And so we're going to have to keep drawing on these good times and the things that we're learning and what we learned when we were in the pit when we face these trials ahead, because they're coming, and I think we're better prepared to fight through them now than we ever have been.